I'm Pat Unwin. I'm a professor of chemistry at the University of Warwick. We're bringing some of our scientific photographs and images as works of art and showing them at the Earlsdon Festival. I'm running a project with Mary Courtney, who's funded by the Leverhulme Trust to work in the chemistry department at Warwick University for 10 months. And basically what's happening in chemistry at the moment and in science in general is we're relying increasingly on microscopy and photography to really tell us about the world of chemistry. And some of those works of art not only tell us about the science, but they're also beautiful images as well. So we thought we'd just come and share them with the people of Earlsdon today. And as you can see, lots of people enjoying the photographs, and they're using those to also input into the mapper that Mary's running as well. It's great working with Mary because you know, what happens in science is we can tend to kind of focus down and be quite narrow in what we look at, and Mary brings a different dimension to everything. So she's been interacting a lot with the people in the chemistry department, and she brings a lot of enthusiasm and new ideas, and that's really, really important.
Today, we're trying to combine art and science together and, you know, share it with our local community. And it's actually quite an amazing thing that we're doing, I think, and Mary's involved in. So this combining art and science to the general public kind of draws in attention to science, and, you know, develops, kind of building this bridge between art and science I think it's quite an important thing actually, because not a lot of people consider science as art. It's actually, every day we do have an image, a new image that looks amazing, but not a lot of people see these images that we collect. And today I think it's an amazing showcase that we are putting through for people to see these images that we've been doing throughout our research.
I'm Zoe, I'm a third year student from Coventry University studying fine art. So I'm doing a walk-in project that was based around Earlsdon, and I met with 4 different residents from the HERA Association, and we walked. It was only a day, and it was up to them where we walked and what we chose to talk about while we were walking, and then I documented it and made these large photographs and a photo book as well. This is one of the documentation. I use photography to document my walks, but I class the walking as the artwork itself. And then I met with the residents, and we walked into various areas through Earlsdon, places that resonated to them, somewhere special, or just maybe locations that they felt strongly about. It's a part of the trail, and then so people gave up their own locations. So some people have let us have obviously their businesses, their home windows, shop windows, and then the garage, and then the artists have kind of used it as like interventions where it's all site specific, where they've made work around that location and things.
I'm Emily Hale, and I'm currently second year fine arts student at Coventry. So my work focuses on borders and barriers in everyday life, but also in areas of conflict, so the current immigration and refugee crisis. So I've used medical emergency blankets to represent the travel, the people coming in. It's featured a lot on the photographs from the news. And I'm also putting footage from news footage of the refugee crisis and the Berlin Wall over the top. So this work is shown in a garage space. It's quite a challenging venue because we weren't allowed to drill into the walls, so we've got everything hanging on the floor. It's interesting not having a white space. It's open to the public, so anyone walking by. So it's a bit less elitist with the gallery. Some people sometimes feel intimidated to go into the gallery, whereas a lot of this work's out in the public. So anyone walking past can just chance upon the work on the trail and have a look, see what's on.
My name is Michelle Englefield. I go to Coventry University and I'm a level 2 fine artist. It's all based on refurbished and reclaimed wood. It's also about childhood and change, and each piece is about different stages of childhood and life. This piece here is about transportation. It's called Transporter. And it's about like when you're a child and you fall asleep in a buggy in one destination, say here in the festival where it's all busy and lots of activity, and then when you wake up you're at home and you're in a quiet, calm atmosphere, and the difference of like being transported from one place to another. And because the palette as well is about transportation, I combine the both together, and it's also drawn on parcel paper. So, and you send parcels in parcel paper, which so they go on a destination on a journey as well. So this one's about like transition. So it's about growing up and the different stages of your life and looking back. And it's about about looking and thinking about your life, how you so far, and about things that you've done, memories you have, and different stages of your life. And the material as well is about how as you grow older, you get the clothes and they just become cloth because of the different ages you get to. They just don't have the same significance anymore. And the suitcase represents the journey. This one here is more about the beginnings of life and about about when we all come from an egg and a seed, and I played with the idea that a tree carries nests which contain eggs, and the tree is also grown from a seed. So I was like combining nature with the two together. So the baby's submerged in nature because we all are part of nature, the way we are. So
I'm Mary Courtney. We're making a giant map together as a community, and we're calling it the Mappa Magnificulaneus, which is a word a bit like supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. It's a made-up word, and we called it that because magnificent for the people in the city and for the great art scene and music scene in the city, and magnification as well, because we've got images from chemistry for the first time brought over from the University of Warwick, what the world actually looks like beneath our fingers and below ordinary sight. Well, everybody's an artist here for the day, so it is unusual in that respect. Everyone's pitching in, doing their bit of drawing, making their mark on the map, signing their name in the frame. So it is unusual. We did a similar event last year based on Earlsdon. This year it's based on the Coventry Ring Road. And so people are dotting images, pets, creatures, sights of the city, images of science, mixed all together in this.
I'm Alison Roger, the head of the Department of Chemistry at Warwick University, and I've come here to visit my colleagues who are displaying pictures of molecules for people to look at and work out what they are. I think it's really good to see how a library is used for all sorts of different education, not just traditional books, but helping people access learning in all sorts of different ways. So it's really good to see. It's great to see how people can come in and go out, children can draw pictures, adults can look at this sort of thing and try to work out what it says to them as well as what it says to a scientist. So we're mixing all sorts of different media here, and I think people are really enjoying themselves. I can see my students laughing in the background, so that's really good news.
Hi, my name is Maria Doves. I come from Spain and I'm a chemist in Warwick University. I'm doing right now the PhD and I'm studying how drugs dissolve, and I'm using a lot of microscopic techniques to see crystals and surfaces of different drugs. The library is the perfect place for science, it's where all the knowledge is. But what we are doing here is really, really amazing. I think it brings knowledge and culture and art all together, and it's really exciting. It's cool. I have been in a lot of universities and we have never done something like this there, so it's really, really cool.
My work was shot in April 2013. The project's called 5 de rêves. A de rêve is a French word for sort of coined by the situationist theorist Guy Debord in the 1940s in Paris. It means that you take a walk around the environment led not by a specific kind of end point, but just by the sort of ambience and the contours, and you know, sort of freeing your mind up to what looks good and interesting. So it's just, they call it like an authentic experience because it's completely unplanned. And yeah, so I did that in 5 of Coventry's twin cities around Europe. I just spent a day in each city. So I went to Caen in France, and Bologna in Italy, and then Dresden, and Arnhem, and is that 5? Oh, Graz in Austria. So yeah, that's what I did. And so there's one photo from each city in this exhibition in the carpet store for Earlsdon Art Trail. So this is a complete surprise. I applied to be part of the art trail, but I didn't have a space I could provide. So they said that they'd get back to me with one they'd arranged, and I was waiting quite a while and I wasn't sure where I'd be, and I got an email one day saying it was the carpet store. So that was quite exciting.